Good evening. Coming up tonight.
Columbia's Assembly Street may be getting some pedestrian-friendly upgrades.
Plus, Gamecock Baseball opens the season with a series sweep.
And USC's Theater and Dance Department presents A Raisin in the Sun.
All that and more tonight on Student News at 7.
Live from the Kennedy Greenhouse Studio.
This is Student News at 7.
Good evening, Carolina. I'm Grace Berkery.
And I'm Clarissa Meier. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Crossing Assembly Street, 6 lanes of traffic from La Vista to downtown Columbia can be slightly treacherous for some. However, changes are in the works that may improve pedestrian safety and prevent further accidents. Elected officials are seeking millions in state and federal funds, with $3 million secured already. This money could allocate for widened sidewalks, medians, curb bump outs, and more efficient signal lights. The pace of the project is pending. However, Columbia City Council voted for a Med-and-Hunt traffic study and preliminary design plans in 2022. Results will be released within months, but the project could still take up to 3 years to begin.
As migration season begins, Columbia's tall glass buildings become a hazard for the incoming birds. Riverbank Zoo is trying to reduce the amount of collisions. The Association of Zoos and Aquariums North American Songbird Saving Animals from Extinction program gave a grant to the Riverbank Zoo to install Kaleidoscape. Kaleidoscape is a bird-safe and external window vinyl that allows birds to see the windows while also keeping a clear view for visitors. These installations will cover various areas within the zoo, including a 2-story window at the restaurant that overlooks giraffes and zebras. I'm actually really excited to see the benefits of this because as a freshman, I lived in Patterson, which is a dorm here on campus that is all glass, and I would see a lot of dead birds, frankly, and it was a sight to not want to see.
Yeah, hopefully this could be the first of many. I think a lot of buildings here could benefit from that, and maybe we could see some less bird deaths.
Hopefully, maybe.
Hopefully.
A local nonprofit is expanding its mission and spreading literacy among even more South Carolinians. Turning Pages is dedicated to combating South Carolina's low adult literacy rate by offering free tutoring for anyone over the age of 18 with a reading level below 9th grade. The organization has partnered with Richland County libraries for years, but there was a huge demand for expansion. Turning Pages officially announced a partnership with the Lexington Library System. Matt Steinmetz, the coordinator for Lexington County, says that a low literacy level can create a huge barrier, not just with reading books, but with reading a prescription for medicine or a Christmas card for grandkids. Turning Pages is open to anyone who meets their criteria and hopes they will have a commitment to their program. Coming up after the break, SGTV sports reporters Lauren Ciuci and Isabella Davis will give us the latest in sports. You don't want to miss it. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Lauren Ciuci.
And I'm Isabella Davis, here to give you the latest in sports. South Carolina baseball finished their opening weekend on top after a 3-game sweep against Miami, Ohio, winning 14-0 Sunday at Founders Park. The Gamecocks beat Miami in their first game on Friday 5-1 and again on Saturday 11-4. After Sunday's game, the Gamecocks completed their 8th no-hitter in school history. During Sunday's 7-inning game, South Carolina's offense drove in 14 runs in 11 at-bats. Dylan Brewer had the big hit for the Gamecocks, a 2-run single to center. Roman Kimball, Ty Good, Tyler Pitzer, Parker Marlott, Tyler Dean all combined to strike out 9 in 7 innings. All 5 made their first appearances in a South Carolina jersey during Sunday's win. In the 4th inning, Carolina scored 5 runs. Gavin Casas plated with a double to right, and Cole Messina drove in a pair with a single. The Gamecocks scored another 2 runs in the 6th. Across the 3 games over the weekend, Carolina scored 30 runs on 24 hits and gave up just 5 runs on 11 hits. Carolina will host Winthrop tomorrow at Founders Park. The first pitch is set for 4 p.m.
Baseball season is officially in full swing, no pun intended.
Good one, Lauren. It really is. Seems like the Gamecocks are really coming out there, putting the bat to it, and we're looking forward to the game against Winthrop tomorrow and the rest of the week. They have a busy weekend playing all Friday, Saturday, and Sunday's games.
A lot of good games ahead.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Colonial Life Arena was filled with many fans and some notable figures on Sunday for the women's basketball game. Spotted in the stands was Steve Spurrier, a former head football coach of the Gamecocks. Kelsey Plum from the WNBA was seen sidelined during the game. Plum currently plays for the Las Vegas Aces, and this past week, Iowa's Caitlin Clark just surpassed her NCAA all-time scoring record. Plus, ESPN's College Game Day was in town, turning up the pressure on the women's basketball team to perform well. South Carolina went up against the Georgia Bulldogs, and the game was a back-and-forth battle filled with many turnovers. Right off the bat, Gamecocks exploded offensively, but Georgia was able to tie the lead by the end of the first. During the second quarter, the Bulldogs compiled a 7-point lead over South Carolina. Before the game, the Georgia Bulldogs record stood 11-13, and the Gamecocks record stood undefeated. To maintain that record, South Carolina needed to avoid any turnovers or foul calls. By the end of the third quarter, the Gamecocks started to get their rhythm back, grabbing a 6-point lead going into the fourth quarter. This lead would then extend through the remainder of the game despite the Georgia Bulldogs putting up an impressive fight. Camila Cordoso led in points for the Gamecocks and contributed 16 rebounds and 5 assists. The final score was 70-56 South Carolina. The Gamecocks will play Alabama on Thursday, where they hope to extend their winning streak in Colonial Life Arena. It's really impressive to see these very prominent figures traveling from all over the place just to come and see this team perform. It really shows the impact they have on people.
I agree. It's really rewarding being a part of that and being at the games and seeing all these people come out and have that. And also I saw that this game marked our 43rd consecutive win at home for women's basketball.
It's
so that's
unbelievable what the team is doing.
It really is. Men's basketball suffered a close loss over the weekend after they dropped their second game in a row against LSU. The matchup at Colonial Life Arena came right after South Carolina's 40-point road loss to Auburn on Wednesday. The Gamecocks kept their momentum up against the LSU Tigers in the first half with a 7-point lead at halftime. Colin Murray-Boyles scored double digits in the game, adding 7 rebounds. BJ Mack also led the Gamecocks with 18 points and 9 rebounds. The Gamecocks were up by as many as 16 points in the second half after Zachary Davis scored a 3. But the lead diminished towards the end. Talon Cooper scored a triple with 29 seconds left in the game, but a foul on the Gamecocks allowed LSU to regain the lead. LSU finished the comeback when Jordan Wright made 2 free throws with 5 seconds left. South Carolina had a final chance to secure the game, as Jacoby Wright attempted the game-winning three-pointer at the buzzer, but the ball bounced off the rim. LSU beat South Carolina 64-63. After the loss, the Gamecocks fall from number 11 to number 20 in the AP ranks. The Gamecocks have a midweek bye and will hit the road to face Ole Miss on Saturday at 3:30 in Oxford, Mississippi.
Gamecock Men's Lacrosse Club played University of Florida this weekend here in Columbia. So far, the men's team has been able to start their season with an undefeated record. In the first minutes of the game, the Florida Gators got their first goal, and shortly after, the Gamecocks matched their aggression, making the score 1-1. Though as time progressed, Florida was dominating on the field, leading by as many as 4 goals. The South Carolina Gamecocks were now behind 8-4, but Connor Egan made that very difficult for Florida to maintain. Egan was on fire, turning the pressure up for the Gators and diminishing the Gators' lead. The score was tied 8-8. From that point on, Gamecocks were able to dominate, and Donnie Ryan sealed the Gators' fate with one last goal, making the final score 16-12 South Carolina. Be sure to watch them on live stream this Friday as the Gamecocks men's lacrosse plays Virginia Tech on the road at 7 p.m.
Coming up after the break, SGTV entertainment reporters Destini Austin and Hailey Brown will lay down the talk of the town. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, Carolina. I'm Hailey Brown.
And I'm Destini Austin, here to give you the latest in this week's entertainment. This weekend, the Department of Theater and Dance presents A Raisin in the Sun, directed by Ron Himes. audiences will be transported to the streets of Chicago's South Side as they witness a riveting performance of Lorraine Hansberry's masterpiece. This critically acclaimed play dives deep into the lives of an African-American family facing a world filled with adversity and challenges. When a life-changing insurance settlement arrives, the family's aspirations collide, testing the strength of their unity and love in the face of external forces intent on tearing them apart. Renowned writer James Baldwin once heralded the play for its poignant portrayal of Black lives, declaring it a groundbreaking work that sheds light on the reality faced by many in America. With tickets priced at $15 to $22, this production promises to be a captivating evening of theater that will leave audiences both moved and inspired. Showings start this Friday on the 23rd and will continue until March 1st. To secure your seats for this unforgettable performance, purchase tickets through sc.universitytickets.com.
Two-time Grammy Award-winning Christian pop singer Lauren Daigle will perform at Colonial Life Arena this Saturday. Daigle has been a force in the Christian music scene for years. Her 2018 song, You Say, spent 60 weeks on Billboard's Hot Christian Songs chart and was popular on mainstream radio as well. The Kaleidoscope Tour will feature songs from Daigle's self-titled album, which reached #1 on the Billboard Top Christian Albums chart, making it her 4th consecutive chart-topping album. The tour's name is an acknowledgement to Daigle's fond memories of her grandmother's Kaleidoscope collection. Beyond music, Daigle is also passionate about service. She uses her tour as a platform to support Child Fund, an organization that provides support to children in poverty internationally. She encourages her fans to sponsor a child through Child Fund. Tickets to her show start at $39 and can be purchased on ticketnetwork.com.
Get ready for a night of laughter and entertainment as comedy legend Cat Williams is set to take the stage at Colonial Life Arena this Saturday. As part of his Dark Matter tour, Williams will be bringing his signature brand of humor and wit to audiences in Columbia for a one-night-only performance. Whether you're a fan of his stand-up, comedy specials, or his appearance in hit movies and TV shows, Cat Williams is sure to deliver a show that will have you laughing out loud. The best part, there's no age limit listed on Ticketmaster, so comedy lovers of all ages are welcome to come and enjoy the fun. Doors open at 7 p.m., and the show kicks off at 8 p.m., giving you the perfect opportunity to unwind and enjoy a night out with friends and family. Don't miss your chance to see Cat Williams live in action at Colonial Life Arena this Saturday. Get your tickets now and get ready for a night of side-splitting laughter and unforgettable memories.
South Carolina Low Country native and The Voice contestant Dylan Carter will be performing at the venue in Columbia this Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Last season on The Voice, 20-year-old Carter appeared where he turned all 4 chairs and chose to compete on Team Reba McEntire. While he ultimately did not emerge as the winner, he made an emotional impact on the coaches and the audience. Carter began pursuing his passion for music when his mom died in 2022. He sang I Look to You by Whitney Houston for his blind audition, the same song he sung at his mom's funeral. In his closing statement on the show, Carter said performing on The Voice made him feel his mom for the first time in a long time, which brought Coach Niall Horan to tears. Tickets to Carter's show start at $15. He is expected to sing some classic acoustic tunes. Destini, it is so heartwarming to see a success story coming from the Low Country of South Carolina.
Yeah, I think A Voice is a great way to get your career started, and I always enjoyed The Voice, so seeing a contestant from The Voice perform will be actually fun.
Me too, and I'm a big fan of Reba, so I'm glad he chose her. So clearly he has great taste, and hopefully he'll be a good performer too. Best wishes to him at his performance.
Yeah. That's all your entertainment news for tonight. After the break, Clarissa and Grace will return to finish up tonight's news. Stay with us.
Tom's Creek Family Farms is working with the City of Columbia to establish a mobile food market. The goal of the market is to, quote, bring convenience and accessibility of quality food to our communities, according to Congresswoman Tina Herbert. Columbia has recorded challenges in the affordability, quality, and accessibility of healthy foods delivered to local grocery stores, according to the Food Equity Subcommittee. This market is a first step in expanding access to healthy, nutritional foods. It will accept SNAP benefits and the DSS Senior Voucher Program, and most of the food will be sourced from South Carolina. A press release is being held on February 22nd at 11 a.m. at Hyatt Park if you want more information. Mayor Daniel Rickenman will be present along with other members of the City Council. I think this is really cool. It's sounding like a farmer's market on wheels. And not only that, it's expanded to help more in the community and be affordable and accessible. That's perfect.
I guess you never really realize till you get to the checkout just how expensive healthier foods can be, so I'm really glad they're taking this initiative as well.
Yeah, for sure.
South Carolina legislators are considering changes to liquor liability insurance for bars and restaurants. Concerns arise from some owners who say insurance prices are now at an exorbitant rate and are hindering business operations. Certain lawmakers attribute the issue to state laws holding establishments fully responsible for damages in civil cases. A Senate bill aims to allocate fault more thoughtfully. However, some oppose the change, especially those impacted by drunk drivers, saying it would loosen responsibilities of those who may be putting drunk drivers on the road. The bill is still in committee as of this week. Once again, a medical marijuana bill is going through the State House. The bill, which would allow people to use marijuana and related products for medical use, passed in the Senate with a vote of 24-19 last Wednesday. In 2022, the same bill died in the House during a procedural ruling after Republican Tom Davis spent over a decade trying to get it passed. Davis says he likes his odds better this time and that the bill has the potential to give relief to people suffering from many physical and mental illnesses. Additionally, the marijuana would have to be obtained through specifically chosen pharmacies and would need to be in the form of oil, salves, patches, or vaporizers. To garner the most support for the bill in South Carolina, Davis promises that he has no intent to allow recreational marijuana use, only medicinal. That wraps up tonight's edition of Student News at 7.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram, X, and Facebook at SGTV at USC.
To keep up with all our content, be sure to also visit us online at sgtv at usc.com. For SGTV, I'm Grace Berkery.
And I'm Clarissa Meier. From all of us here at SGTV, have a great night, Carolina, forever to thee.